Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, Jessica, what are the best questions to start a conversation with an attractive girl? Well, if so, I'm glad you asked, because when it comes to women that you are attracted to, a lot of guys get really flustered and get really bad approach anxiety. But once you know exactly what it takes to not only get her excited to answer your question, but also further engage with you, that's the kind of stuff that'll give you the confidence you need to put this shit on autopilot so you could do it over and over and over again until you find the girl that is worth your time. So to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to hear these ways that are surefire ways to get women in the ways that you actually want them, or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button with that notification bell. Are my nips showing? Okay, so like I said, a lot of guys have no problem talking to women, have no problem talking to complete strangers, but when it comes to attractive ass women, somehow all rational thought, all rhyme and reason just goes out the fucking door because they're like, what do I do? So a lot of guys, unfortunately, will say things like, do you have the time? Or the worst one, I think, do you know where the closest Starbucks is? Asking a woman a yes or no question, or asking her some shit that you really don't care to know the answer to. That's the stuff that makes us go, oh god, this is a manipulative ass who is obviously trying to talk to me, and like, how fucking pathetic. However, if you come at us with some shit that's gonna make us feel compelled to and excited to talk to you in a way that no other guy is talking to us, then what you do is you position yourself differently in the eyes of this female to make her think, okay, this is a guy I should listen to and further get to know. So the very first type of question is an experiential question. These types of questions are in the frame of what would you do in this situation? So for example, say you're standing in line at the Starbucks and you've never been to a motherfucking Starbucks, saying something like, okay, I've never been to a Starbucks. What would you do if this was your first time in a Starbucks? What would you get? Asking us who we are in your experience is not only going to make us relate to you immediately, in that relating, we're automatically going to see you as somebody who is not a threat. If a woman can look at you and think, oh, okay, he's not somebody I should be weary of, automatically her defenses come down and she wants to assist. She wants to be there for you in this moment that we do now have together. It also makes us feel valued to hear, you know, what would we do? I would love to tell you what I would do. Thank you for asking. Which then brings me to the second type of question, which is an opinion question. So straight up asking, what do we think of this? We love that shit. So if you are at the Target, you're looking at Valentine's Day cards for your mom. Maybe you say something like, hey, I'm trying to get a Valentine's Day card for my mom. She just lost my dad. What do you think of this one? Too sentimental? Should I go funnier? What do you think? I'll tell you right now, we women thrive off men wanting to know us through all this. Fine, it's very lovely to have a man come and tell us how pretty we are. And I can't tell you how many times in a day men ask me where the Starbucks is. But if you are seriously opening up a piece of yourself and saying like, hey, this is what I got going on, what do you think about it? That is an instant connection you are creating in that moment. What you're doing is you're creating this shared world, giving us a part of your world and inviting us in. You're literally leading us into your world, and that is the very first step in leading us into bound down. I'll tell you right now, it's very rare that we women are asked for our opinions, and I will motherfucking give it. And I'm excited to talk and engage when I'm asked in public by a complete stranger, especially when he's telling me what's going on for him. Which then brings me to the third type of question. This is the question to better understand women. So this one like makes me like giggle and blush like all the time, and every girl I know really fucking melts for this question, which is when you guys say something like, I noticed that all girls do this. Do you do that? Why is that? So say again, let's bring it back to the Target, my favorite place. Say you see me standing there with two of the seemingly same bottles of shampoo, just different colors. You can come over and say, okay, I always notice that girls sit and stare at bottles of shampoo for like hours on end when it comes to choosing bottles of shampoo. Why is that? I'll tell you right now, if a man genuinely approaches a woman in a way that he really wants to understand the female experience, we women fucking go thirsty for that shit. And to even hammer it home, if you want to say like, okay, so that's why all women do it, but what about you? Then it's like, okay, he doesn't care about all women, he only cares about me. Let me lift up my shirt. And if you need, all three of these questions are basically part of the very first step of my Speak Spark Arousal system, which is creating that instant connection so that her walls come down, she trusts you immediately, and she feels excited to engage with you. They're also part of my natural conversation starters bonus that everybody gets when they do sign on with my Speak Spark Arousal system, which you absolutely need, because at the end of the day, let's be real, just starting the conversation is only half the battle. know. I know plenty of guys who are great at starting conversations, great at approaching women, but taking it any further from there is fucking hopeless. Because if you're not harnessing the momentum of the connection and the energy that you created with that initial contact into creating feelings, into getting her thinking about you while you're not there, what you're doing is you helped her kill some time in a good way. How cute. So don't let these conversation starters be wasted on you, and make sure you have exactly what it takes to utilize that connection, that chemistry to move things forward to where you want to be with women. And once you're in that position where you are able to start all these conversations, where you are able to create chemistry with any woman you want, that's where you have all the power, and that's where you have all the options you want. So again, if you haven't gotten on board yet, speak to sparkarousal.com. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.